Cyber Warrior. This is Cyber Warrior Studios, and it's Tech Tuesday. So, as always, I am here for you, the people, my fellow Cyber Warriors, and of course, everybody else. So, what are we going to go over today? Well, if you caught the thumbnail, or maybe you caught my ad, or me promoting it, we're all here about Facebook. Now the question is why? Well, if you didn't see last week and me securing email, go check that out after this video. But for this week, because of all the issues going on in the world today and all the Facebook accounts that I have seen be compromised over the past, I don't know how many months, it's been a while, and I've helped a lot of independent wrestlers and personal friends. So now it is on to helping the masses and trying to show them how they can prevent their accounts being taken over in the future. Step one, don't click any malicious links or any links from anybody that they send to you unless you verify via phone call or some other method that it was them who sent it. I've seen a lot of people take their friends' messages to heart, and they'd be like, oh, I can click this link, it's safe. No, don't do that. A lot of times, those links come from somebody else who is acting like them or may have already compromised that account, and so is sending on malicious links so they can then take over your account. So don't do that. Don't be that person, okay? But we are here to look at how we can secure our accounts and how we can actually see if anybody else is currently logged in under our accounts to try to mitigate this before it gets too bad. So without further ado, make sure you leave all your questions down below in the comments if you have any, and make sure you like and subscribe if you have not done so yet, because we've got more videos coming to you next week and the week after. And, well, hell, we post videos 3 days a week, so make sure you catch them all. Now, here we are at Facebook's good old security settings. Now, to get here, in case you're wondering, at least on my version of Facebook, I've seen others that look a little different, but at the end of the day, you want to get here, you want to go to settings and privacy, and you want to go to settings. All right, settings will take you to general, go to security and login, and that's where we're at. So we're at our security and login page. As you can see here, where you're logged in at, that is one of the most important things you can see when you first get to the screen, because it'll tell you every browser, every computer, and every phone and application that is currently signed into your account. Well, I am currently signed into locations. Oh no. Well, guess what? I did it anyways to prove a point, and that point being, this is where I'm active now, so it will not let me remove this. This is where I'm active now, so it will not let me remove this. But if I click here, I can either say not you or log out. Now, if I log out of it, it disappears, kicks me out from other browser. So let's go ahead and hit log out. Boop, and they're gone. So even if somebody was able to log in, all right, and you didn't know who it was, you can kick them out, change your password, and go about your day. But again, now we're looking at changing passwords, and a lot of times people know that if you change your password, you're probably one of those people that just ups it one number, 1 year, or whatever the case may be. It's all bad. So that I go back, I digress, to my other video about password managers, which I talked about last week on email, and I will state again, please, 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 please use a password manager, whether that's LastPass, 1Password, KeePass, Dashlane. There's a slew of them out there. Take your pick and just use one, because then it requires one master password, and then you can have all these really complex and long passwords and use them and have them copy and paste it into there, as opposed to you trying to remember every password for all of the multitude of accounts that you have. Now, okay, we removed that person. That person is no longer good. They're no longer online. Oh no. All right. Then you could change your password if you felt like somebody was there. You can save your login info. I will not do that. But the next big thing here is this two-factor authentication. This two-factor authentication is very, very important. And this is something you want to enable on every single account you have. Again, we talked about it last week on email, so we're going to talk about it again. So we go to edit. Facebook gives us 3 options for two-factor authentication. You have SMS or text messaging. I do not recommend. It is the weakest form of two-factor authentication, because all somebody has to do is clone your phone number. They can socially engineer the phone company, have a new SIM issued, they can take your phone number, and there's other ways to do it beyond that, but they can clone your phone number, and then your second factor of authentication is pointless, because now they're getting those messages and not you. The second way is through an authenticator app. Now, an authenticator app is good, it's better than SMS, but it's still tied to your phone. So if you change phones or things like that, there are some apps out there that will not move with you. So before you can go to the store and change your phone, you either have to A, remove the authenticator app, or B, you have to go and have both of them simultaneously while you're at a computer and switch them over. Neither one of those are good. You can also download backup codes. That's one way to do it. But I recommend, as always, a hardware key, a token, something that you physically have to have in order to log in. Now, the ones that I have are either NFC and or Bluetooth, which I don't really use the Bluetooth one, but that was a Google Titan key. I say again, this is a Yubico. This one has NFC, so this one I can actually touch to my phone and still use as a second factor of authentication to log into devices on my phone, or log into apps on my phone. And that is the one we are going to configure today. So if I go in and I say I want to use a security key, cool. Is it inserted? Yes, I already put it in. It's plugged in. Okay. So let's set up the security key. There's a pin on mine in order to use it. So enter the pin. And hey, what do you know? Now, there's a gold disc that you saw. You touch that gold disc. Bang! Guess what? We have our second factor of authentication turned on. Done. Done, son. Done. But as you see here, you can put backup methods. I say again, do not use SMS as a backup method. If you want to utilize an authenticator app, that's fine. That way it's just a backup and it's not your only. All right. That way, if for some reason you don't have your authenticator key with you or your security key, you can use an authenticator app. But I highly recommend security key being primary, preferably only, but those things break or you lose them. So, what is your other option? Well, you can download recovery codes. So if you go in here, you say set up. I want to get my codes. They will give you a code that you can use so that if you do not have your hardware token, you can use this key. If you have not set it up, you do not have them. But you can set it up. You can get those codes and you can save them to somewhere secure, whether it be a thumb drive, an external hard drive, somewhere on your computer, the cloud, wherever the case may be, wherever you find secure. I will not tell you where. You choose to store it. Heck, print it out, put it in a filing cabinet, and then you have it for later, and you have something that is truly offline. Just saying. But you can get a recovery code. That way, should you lose your key, should your key get broken, should your authenticator app be jacked up, whatever the case may be, you can still log in. And then you can remove all those and add new ones as need be. So that's your recovery codes. So now let's go back to security and login. Great, so we have all that. Now we can look at devices where you don't have to use a login code. I don't have any. Yeah, you're right, because I want to use my key every time I log in. I don't want anybody ever to be able to gain access to a machine of mine and be able to log in without my token. It's the way I am, all right? It's on you. Security versus, I can't think of the term right now, so somebody please leave me a comment what term I'm thinking of. But basically, ease of use and logging in and being able to go about your day-to-day business versus being secure. I'll take being secure. Now, this is another one, unrecognized alerts. So you can get alerts about unrecognized logins. You want these notifications. You do. Because if somebody tries to log in from an unrecognized device or somehow bypasses every mechanism that we have to, put in front of them, then you want to be able to get those alerts to go in and kick them out. The faster you're able to react, the better chance you have of getting your account back. And then finally, choose 3 to 5 friends to contact if you get locked out. So if you get locked out, they can contact your friends, get you back in. Make sure they're people you trust that wouldn't click links or anything like that. And then finally, edit encrypted emails. So if you have an open PGP public key, which gets into some details about encryption and encrypting emails. But if you have one of those, you can actually get all your notifications encrypted, all right? Meaning nobody would be able to see them except for you because you would maintain the private key. So if you want to do some research on that, feel free. Maybe in a future video, if you'd like to see how to do that, go ahead, leave a comment down below, and we can walk through how to do this open PGP public key and make sure all of your Facebook emails are encrypted. And then you can see recent emails from Facebook when they sent you, okay, primary email changed, blah, blah, blah. And that's your security and login. So that's that whole screen. Now, if we wanted to go a little bit further, we can look at privacy, face recognition, public post, blocking, all that fun jazz, location. I always recommend you do not make anything public. If you want to do it on an individual post, you can, but all of your posts, all of your pictures, everything about you should be private. If you don't want the world to know about it, do not share it to the world. Again, always ways around this, but for the most part, if you go into privacy, you can set everything to, instead of everyone, like I said, demo account, I'm going to delete it anyways. Instead of everyone, you can send it all to private or, what is it? Friends or friends of friends. Who can send you friend requests? Who can see your friends list? Friends accept, specific friends, only me. So if you don't want anybody to be able to see who's on your friends list, then set it to only you. So it really depends on how you want to go about setting your privacy settings, but very important that you take a look at those. Otherwise, look, it's been fun. I love walking through this stuff with all of you. Saying that, I want you all to enjoy your week. Even if you are in cybersecurity and you know how to do all these things, please share this with your friends and family. Get them secure. I have seen too many people recently get a hold of me that have lost access to their Facebook accounts for one reason or another. So make sure everybody knows how to lock them down, how to do these things. And if you get an email, validate that the email comes from Facebook, please. Do not just click a link because you're like, oh, it came from Facebook. No, it may not have. I've seen accounts, instagram.official@gmail.com, and that has compromised other accounts. So just because you think it comes from Facebook doesn't mean it does. All right. Well, it's been a great talk. I hope you learned a lot today. Look, if you're not within the field of cybersecurity, that's fine. I still want to teach you and help you and guide you to securing your accounts. Follow me on all of my social media right here. I'm all over the place. Look for CyberWarrior Studios. You will find me. And I will see you all Friday. Actually, Thursday on New Battlefields on Eric Bilardo Cyber. But also Friday for Security Happy Hour. So make sure you're there live, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all next time.